You've been working for them for Morris. This time we'll call school district number 1 to order. We start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Get a recognition of visitors.
I have Katie Crowfoot, Rick Christmas, Rick Stevenson, Corey Hanson, Shelley Bogus, Tony Chu, Mary Minor, Bob Schock, and Jesse Fisher.
Is there any public comment?
Yes, thank you. So good evening, Mr. President and members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to offer my public comment. Your board resolution vote tonight will reverberate in Deer Lodge for decades to come. What's at stake is nothing less than the accreditation of our elementary school district, the education of our children, and the vitality of our whole community. This funding emergency did not arise overnight. It has unfolded slowly, almost imperceptibly, for over 40 years due to changing economics, demographics, and shrinking enrollment. It's a story all too familiar to rural school districts across Montana. You have an urgent demand to authorize a bond resolution with limited facts. You cannot expect the project you vote on tonight to be the project that gets built. This depends upon voters, taxpayers, interest rates, inflation, construction costs, and a myriad other unknowns. Other than the election date and the maximum ceiling of the bond amounts, everything else is alive and shifting. Your leadership will chart the course for this ballot measure. Consultants and professionals can offer expertise and may guide the process, but they cannot offer stewardship, and they will not live with the consequences of your decision. Before you cast your vote on the bond resolution, I want to remind you the bond is not only about buildings. It's about our children's future and how a child's unrealized potential diminishes us all. But it is equally important to say the opposite is also true. When we see that we are all in this together, students, teachers, employees, parents, boosters, board members, consultants, and the community. When we see that we are all in this together, we can make great things happen. When we choose unity over division, transparency over haste, and stewardship over convenience, we create conditions where every child has a chance to dream, to learn, and to rise. From the moment you authorize the bond resolution tonight, accept the fact that you, the trustees, bear the burden to engage voters and taxpayers of our elementary school district. If you want us to follow your leadership, you must pay that trust forward. Show your faces. Lead in a way that gives people confidence, not only in the project, but in the process. Our children deserve nothing less because the future we protect belongs to them. Mr. President and members of the board, thank you for your service and thank you for your attention.
Is there any other public comment? Any correspondence?
Yes, I have a letter from Veronica Williamson, letter of resignation, and sometimes letters are a little personal, so I always seek permission even aloud, but a lot of times involve appreciation and I think it's important to read so she give me permission to read this. Dear Mr. Gustafson, I'm ready to formally resign my position as title teacher at O.D. Stewart Elementary, effective December 31st, 2025. My husband, Mr. Brewer, has taken expected change leading to this location. This decision was not easy, and I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had to work with our students, families, and staff. I appreciate the support and guidance I've received during my time here, and I value the professional growth and relationship I've built. I'm committed to helping ensure a smooth transition for my students and colleagues during my time. Thank you again for the opportunity to be part of the school community. I wish the school continued success. Sincerely, that's
all you got? Athletic director's report.
Just got a few things, we, moved the division of boys and girls basketball tournament from Ronan to the Salem Shooting College, at the divisional meeting. We've got Rustin starting this week. Or last week, excuse me, they went up and wrestled in Cascade, and we did very well. So we've had a few, really good outstanding performances. So that was good. This week we go to Manhattan and Three Forks tournament. So by Friday this week, winter sports are kicked off and running. So, I had, like I mentioned earlier, I was at a AD meeting up in Nine Pipes, and we just got pretty much finalized our fall schedule, started working on spring schedules, and we're gonna move forward from there. One thing that we did decide to talk about at the board meet, or at the AD meeting. Last fall, we said we will charge $8 and $6 for an event. Everybody in our division is gonna go 10 and 8. Because they're gonna play they're gonna get basically 5 games. So in the fall, we only had, maybe 2 or 3 games for 8 and 6, but now they're gonna get 5 games. They're gonna get 2 varsity, 2 JV games, and a C squad game. And so everybody in the division is gonna go 10 and 8, and senior citizens over 65-8. We talked about it, and so I came back and talked to Rick and Katie and Eric about it, and just wanted to, and here's the thing is like we were talking to AD meeting, it's not gonna be, it's gonna be, we're gonna, when we play Brandon next week, Brandon's gonna be the one paying that 8 and 10. We should all have activity tickets, that's kind of what, so think about when they come here, and unfortunately, though, when we do travel, we're gonna have to pay that as well. But, one of the things I kind of want to just explain why we're going to that is we're gonna have 5 games here. I'm gonna have to bring in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officials. 2 to 3 of those officials are gonna do three games. A C squad game, 2 JV games. And then we're gonna bring in 3 officials to do this 2 varsity games. And right now, that's gonna cost us $1,100 every time we have a home game here. So I just, that's, we're gonna spend over $11,000 for officials this winter in the next couple months. So I don't know how we can gain that revenue other than through ticket sales. So, and that's what everybody was talking about as well. And unfortunately, next year's gonna go up to 85. And then we'll be up for 85 for 2 years, and it's gonna go to 90. That's gonna go that. They have, MHSA has officials projected out to be making $100 before, in the next 4 or 5 years. So it's just gonna constantly go up. And so unfortunately, I don't know. And what's funny is, as I've asked the ticket takers in the fall, nobody said they were okay to pay the 8 and 10. I think they'll be okay to pay when they all know that everybody's paying it in our division in 10 and the 8. So, but that's the only way I can see us raising the revenue bill. We're gonna have to pay for the officials. Yeah. Any questions for me?
never know a report on over there.
No, we're good. We bought out of the hot part bowl, so we're good. Anyway, but yeah, it's unfortunate Notre Dame didn't get that final, but that's okay. They just get tired of Notre Dame. Any questions from Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You bet.
Union supervisors report.
So I have officially gained my low pressure boiler engineer license. It's posted throughout the buildings. On top of talking about boilers, the one that I refer to as Lazarus, which is boiler one, the small boiler. Down here, we got a modulating motor that is bad, it's failing. So that means we're required to fire it daily. It's a manual reset. That part alone is about 1,500 up to 2,163. I gotta do more research on if we can change out said parts with different manufacturers, because it's a Honeywell. With that being said, if we don't change it out, we can limp it along, but they're not working in unison together. It is a part that we're gonna need. And then boiler number one at Duval Junior High, we've got a display card that's bad. The display card is not detrimental to the function of the boiler, it just lets you know how many times the boiler is fired, how many hours it's been operating. But I do have a low pressure, low water cutoff, shut off valve reset switch that is bad on boiler number two. And when I checked it yesterday, I logged down the hours, and then today when I checked it, it had not fired once. And I set the reset switch because I'm doing a bottom blow down, which means I'm just removing all the sediment out of the boilers, right? And you do that daily so that we don't build up sediment and it doesn't kick through our pipes and create a malfunction in Duval. That part I found for about $279. I did talk to Brandon Puccinelli. He said, I think you're right on with that, because when I sell you the part, it's gonna be 296, so go for the lower priced one. That one is a necessity, because if we don't reset it, we're down to one boiler over there and we're not running efficiently. We're not able to heat that building when it starts getting colder and colder. I mean, today was 50 degrees, but we don't know what the winter months are gonna bring. We did have the leak detection agency here today that examined the pool. They seem pretty optimistic that it's not gonna be huge repairs, but we don't get all of that report. That's gonna go to A architectures. They're gonna get that full report and then they'll report back to us. This is what it's gonna take to make it operational and functional. I'm pretty optimistic. But again, we're waiting on that report from A&E to tell us this is the go ahead and this is what it's gonna cost. I am hanging new lights in the bus barn so that our bus drivers can see in there in the dark. I did get a request today to hang new in the maintenance shed, which is where they clock in. I'm just switching them out with LED bulbs. They're more efficient and they're brighter, that last longer, saves money in the long run, a little bit more upfront. But I think I can get 6 bulbs for like $26 a day, and it creates a happy environment for them. It's about it. That's snow removal, stuff like that was in effect for the last couple of weeks because we did have some snowfall. We did have some icy walkways. We did have that experience of fall at Granville in the parking lot, which is in a spot we would normally sand, but we're gonna work harder at making sure that's all sanded out and we reduce those slip trips and fall hazards. Other than that, I kind of am going week by week, and that's probably the most promising from last week to this week. That's what I got for you. You guys got any questions for me? We have the Kimco's at both schools. Right now, I'm trying to get, we've got a John Deere with the blade attachment on it that is a little bit more narrower for the high school. Unfortunately, we have a 0-turn lawnmower that was parked behind it. And when we were parked behind it, we got that cold weather. I was unable to get it rolling, but I know how to get it into neutral now. I went through some direction and we can back that out of there, get the John Deere out, and we'll have actually a more feasible option to follow sidewalks at the high school. But the rest are running that Kimco, which is the side by side, I guess you'd call it. It does have the wider blade, so we can cover more area real quick. I do have a problem. There is a red trailer out here, and it's kind of just hanging over the sidewalk enough that it blocks the way that we can't plow that area. So it will create a trip hazard eventually, but I did contact Deer Lodge PD and they're reaching out to the community saying, hey, if this is yours, please move it out of the way. That's what it's gonna come down to, I think. And I feel bad, I've reached out to, I thought maybe the church over here, but I called them, never got a response. No option to leave a message, and I've called them about 4 times, so I'm at the point where I'm like, we need it moved. And that's what it's gonna come down to.
The assembled church.
Yeah. Be simple.
So the treasure fund, that's side.
Yeah.
Cross.
And it's taking, it's actually, it's causing a couple of issues because when we hold, like, we've got basketball going right now, we take up. We 6, 7 cars that are able to park there. Now we've got 6, 7 cars that can't park there. And then we got wrestling, it's gonna come up. We got.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else? Okay, thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kitchen supervisor.
Should we make this official? We all used to have to step up. Just go in the kitchen. We have a good team for this year. So